love him, why not let him go? Tony has done nothing but to take good care of you and the kids. He resigned from his well-paid job just to sit at home and take good care of you. So what else do you want from him?
Nora, when you came earlier, you mentioned how much do I want?
Yes, I did.
To let him go, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How much are you willing to offer?
Well, I gathered that he had already offered you 5 million naira and you rejected it. So I'm here to ask you, what else do you want? So I can convey the message to him and see him get you the money and then see you live his life for good.
Oh my goodness. Tony told you he offered me 5 million naira.
Yes, he did.
You know what? The conviction in your eyes and your confidence is so alarming. He also told you he worked from home, right?
Sure, he did.
So what job particularly does he do from home?
Well, I cannot really figure that out, but I know he works and he earns money. So what else do you want?
Really? Well, Tony has not as much as worked or earned a dime for the past 3 years. Tony lost his job 3 years ago. And since then, he has been selective of the kind of job he wants to do. So if Tony has been spending money on you for the past 6 months, I believe you're not daft to know where that is coming from.
Well, I know he works. And I believe him. Because, of course, I trust him. He works. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Perhaps he works. I and the family don't see the money. Probably he has been spending the money on you. So on that, I can argue.
How could you? I mean, how could you stoop so low to discredit your husband? Don't you understand that an insult directed at your husband is an insult directed at you and vice versa?
Exactly. I like that part. Vice versa. The same Tony walked up to you, told you lies about me. You took it hook, line and sinker. Did you even bother finding out the truth?
Oh, well, the truth is there to find out when Tony has already told me.
A man will tell you anything just to get you spread your legs wide open for him to enter. Do you understand? But I guess you're too stupid and senseless to know that.
Well, I picked that as an insult.
I will tell you whatever I deem fit to say to you or anybody else. Do you understand? Look, you should be grateful that I sat down here pretty and peaceful enough to listen to this conversation. You should really, really be grateful. You know why? Because if it were other women by now, your head would have been broken as it poured on you. But here I am, trying so hard to have this conversation with you. So keep talking.
Oh, well. I don't believe that whatever Tony has told me were lies.
Oh, really?
Yes, of course, because I see everything. Even you cannot satisfy him as his wife. And that is why you always put a pack of condom in his bag whenever he's traveling. What do you stand to get? Encourage him to cheat? Or you because you don't love him anymore or what?
In case you don't know, let me educate you a bit.
Shoot.
When a woman packs a condom in her husband's bag, she's not doing it to encourage him to go out there and sleep with other women. Do you understand? She puts it there sincerely and hoping that he never gets to use them. But in a worst case scenario, he can protect himself from devourer like you.
Do you know what I have done for your family?
Really?
Do you have any idea what I have done for your husband? Do you know how many times your husband came to me broken in tears? And how I sat all night, through the night, comforting him consoling and encouraging him to move on. Do you know how many times your husband tried or attempted to commit suicide because of the way you treated him? All those nights you said no to his sexual advances, he came to me. And I had to give it. Because I know as a wife you had to do more to keep your husband to yourself. But what do I know? And I bet you don't understand what the true definition of a true wife is.
You know what? Educate me. Please. School me. So he came to you that I did not sleep with him and you decided to sleep with him to comfort him. And instead of you to ask him, his sex is all that he stood for. What happened to discipline? What happened to control? As a wife, do you know how many times I also have sexual urge? When my husband is not around or not in the mood to satisfy me, do you see me running out?
Oh, well, that's because you're just too busy chasing your career instead of sitting at home and taking good care of your husband.
Excuse me. If my husband was providing, do you think I will be breaking my back doing double jobs just to provide for the family? If my husband, your supposed lover, took up job like every other man does, do you think you will have time calculating how many times we did not have sex? I break my back doing double jobs. I run around in the house doing house chores, tending to the kids, making sure that the family keep running. And when I am tired and lay my body in the bed to sleep and a man come touching me and I said no, did you call that deprive him of his rights? Do you?
What? A Tony that I know would never do such a thing. He's not insensitive. It's not.
Do you know what? It is so easy for you as a side chick to talk. Yes. He comes to you once in a while, right? But as a wife, I'm with him all the time. And when he comes to you during the weekend, spend the weekend with you, have sex with you all through the weekend, what do you do next? You rest and spend the money given to you.
Of course. I spend the money given to me. I spend the money on myself, taking good care of myself, buying good perfumes, buying good dresses, and making myself look good for him. Unlike you, what do you use your money for? You just sit at home and you don't even have to get a dress for yourself and look good.
Exactly. No wife forget to buy herself a dress. But she decide not to buy herself a dress. You know why?
Talk to me.
Because when my husband give you 100,000 naira, all that comes to your mind is the nearest boutique where you can get new clothes, new shoe, new wristwatches, new perfume to look good for his next visit. But as a wife, when 100,000 naira is in my hand, I think about how to run the home, what my kids are going to wear, what they are going to eat. Because by the time I'm done breaking it down, you realize that 100,000 naira is as useless as your brain. As a wife, family come first. And as a side chick, her lifestyle come first.
Marriage indeed is not a joke. If people don't open their mouth, you will not know what they are going through in their marriages. Wow. But wait, if you foolishly want to do a side chick, even though I know it is wrong, do not expose your family to your side chick now. There are better ways to go about it. In this case, if I'm even confused, I don't even know who is more stupid. Is it the wife, the husband, or the side chick? I beg, on whose side are you? Team wife or team side chick?